You're welcome back to the Pulse on the Joy News channel on Multi TV. Let's quickly give you an update on what's been happening in Parliament today. The Majority Leader has been speaking about the motion that is being presented before the House tomorrow, asking for a bipartisan inquiry into the controversial Ford gifts given to President John Mahama. Here are highlights of that news conference today.
We have convened this press conference to respond to current media discussions and certain erroneous and deliberately misleading impressions created by the MPP minority around the reasons for the recall of Parliament slated for tomorrow, the 1st of September 2016. As you may know, this recall of Parliament has been occasioned by the minority in Parliament invoking Article 112, Clause 3 of the 1992 Constitution and Standing Order 38-1 of the Standing Orders of Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, we have only today, the 31st of August 2016, upon returning to Parliament, seen the motion submitted to the Right Honourable Speaker as the reason for the recall. We hereby share the contents of the motion with you. The motion is dated August 3rd, 2016, and reads as follows. This I'm quoting, that this Honourable House constitute a special parliamentary committee to investigate the following. A, whether the President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, received a Ford expedition vehicle from a Burkinabe contractor. B, whether the Ford expedition vehicle received by the President infringes any law of Ghana. C, whether the Ford expedition vehicle donated to the President infringes his own code of conduct. D, any other matter relevant to the above subject. Unquote. The motion is filed and signed by the Minority Leader, Honorable Oseche Mensah-Bonsu, for and on behalf of the Minority Caucus. We will definitely provide you copies of the motion. It is exceedingly strange, to say the least, that the Minority Leader had earlier claimed on Accra-based City FM that he was not aware of the recall of Parliament when he signed the motion that formed the basis for the recall. Ladies and gentlemen, as can be noted from the motion, contrary to the claims being made by members of the minority and their surrogates in the media, that this recall of Parliament is to impeach His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, nowhere in their motion is there the remotest suggestion of impeachment of the President. It is clear even to the uninitiated that this recall of Parliament and the new Patriotic Party strategy that has heralded it has been born out of clear mischief and a desperate attempt to throw as much dirt at President John Dramani Mahama ahead of the December 7th elections. We need to ask some critical questions on this matter. One, why is the MPP minority claiming publicly that they seek to impeach the President tomorrow when this is not contained in their motion? Two, why is the MPP minority asking Parliament to investigate a matter which is already being investigated by a constitutionally mandated body, the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice. 3, why did the minority leader who signed the motion as far back as August 3, 2016, state on City FM as recent as this Monday, the 29th of August 2016, that he did not know the reason for the recall and that he was, quote, taken aback, unquote, when he heard the news of a recall from the, quote, grapevine, unquote, as there had been, quote, no prior consultation, unquote, with him. What is the minority leader running away from? What is he ashamed of? Ghanaians definitely need to know. Ladies and gentlemen, this conduct by the MPP minority is most certainly a needless waste of scarce resources and precious time when members of parliament ought to be engaging their constituents.
So that's the majority leader, Alban Sumana Bagbin, speaking there at that news conference, essentially making that point that a recall of parliament tomorrow to discuss that motion for a bipartisan probe into the controversial gifts given to President John Mahama, in his view, is a waste of resources and must not be countenanced. We'll see how this will play out tomorrow when MPs make it to the chamber when the discussions begin in the House. But that's the news conference and the details we've brought to you here on the show.